Welcome, everybody. My name is Paul Cambio. I'm one of the co-chairs of the California Lawyers Association Health and Wellness Committee. I just wanted to quickly introduce myself while we wait to see give the participants a little more time to check in. The CLA does a lot of programming to inspire attorneys to be healthy and wealthy and wise. So we have a lot of programming. And we always want input from our members. So go ahead and shoot us an email if there's any kind of programming that you'd like to see. We'd love to do presentations that our members are interested in. Let's see here. All right. We got 34 people. Give them a few more minutes, and then I'll be turning things over to Mona. The chat will be activated, so if you have any questions that you want answered, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll monitor that and interrupt Mona as needed. All right, up to 34. Okay, I'll probably get started. Mona Ness is an international yoga therapist and instructor with 20 years of experience in teaching. She received her optometry degree from the University of Buskerud in Norway in 1992. Her extensive knowledge of human anatomy and physiology helped her to assist a community of older adults around the Orange County, California area, and after the pandemic on Zoom sessions. For the last 13 years, Mona is contracted with the city of Irvine. This session is designed especially for those who are seeking relaxation, rejuvenation. The session will provide practical techniques to enhance mind-body coordination and promote effective breathing. Participants will learn simple yet effective stretches and poses that can be performed at their desks, minimizing tension and improving focus. By integrating mindfulness and movement, attendees will discover how to relieve stress, enhance concentration, promote overall well-being. Our objective is to empower lawyers with tools to maintain balance in their demanding professional, ultimately improving productivity and mental clarity. And with that, I will turn things over to Mona. Thank you, Mona, and we're very grateful for you to present for us today.
Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hi, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here. And I know that it's a lunchtime and it's the best time to let's let go and just stretch, breathe, and get ready for the rest of the day. So invigorate the body and mind. So as Paul said, I have been teaching yoga and meditation since 2004 for the last 21 years. And I have been experiencing miracles. I really have to say that experiencing the miracles by teaching the older adults, especially for the 50 plus. And I have students at 92 years old and they are doing great. So in any age, with any conditions, any bodily situation, we still are in we still can help our body and mind to get into the shape and become the healthiest as we want it. So there is a few things in yoga. So I don't know how many of you are actually practicing yoga regularly or not familiar with the yoga at all, but in any age and with any situation, even on the lying down on the bed, so we can do some practices, yoga practices that can help our body and mind, as I said. So there is many components to yoga. One is the breathing, the mindfulness, the connection between the mind and body, and the taking care of the physical body. So we can do some of the practical tools here, and specifically with the chair yoga, which I also started 4 years ago. And I have experienced that there is a lot that we can do on the chair and to control it with the regular yoga. So you're coming down on the floor and do some stretches, which is not easy for many people right now with regard to the knee joint, hip joints, and the mobility of the physical body. So they're preferring to sit on the chair and do their exercises, and they get the benefit of stretching the low back, taking care of the shoulders and the rest of the body by just sitting on the chair and doing practices on the chair. So, which today we are going to be familiar with some of these postures and stretches, and at the same time strengthening. I also started to use the straps as a props for belt, shawl, everything that you can have it. So, in order to use some strength and what is it, the resistant, and with some of the postures, so we can also use some stretchy and resistant band. They are also great in helping the body to get into the mode of resisting and without using the heavy weights. That's also great. So I can show you some of those, but since you're not prepared for these, but later on, if you like to move on with your practice, which I really want to encourage you to do that. So a simple strap would be very much beneficial for stretching and open up the shoulders, and with the resistant band, so like a loop is also great for creating resistance, for strengthening the arms as well as the legs. So these are the props that I'm using in my regular classes, and it's showing the great benefit of using the extra props so that bring that optimal health into our body. So, with that said, so I like you to rest your back to the back of the chair as you sit on the chair and try to get back into the chair. And then just rest your back to the back of the chair so you feel that the chair is supporting you. So there is a lot of problems with the lower back in these days because we're leaning forward. So let's see how we can take care of the back in the first place and get rid of the lower back forever. And then just as you rest your back to the back of the chair and releasing your hips down. So just pay attention to, you can close the eyes and draw your attention inward. So paying attention to how you're sitting on the chair. How is your body placed on the chair? So it's to bring your awareness to the physical body first, which is the gross body, and it's easy to do that. So once you keep your eyes closed and pay attention to the hips, to the shoulders, and the way that you are sitting on the chair, and noticing if you are leaning towards one side and the other side, is your weight is mostly on the right hip than the left? Are you placing the weight of the upper body evenly between the right and left side of your pelvis? It actually says a lot about how we position our spine. So pay attention to that. And then, so with the shoulders, as you rest your back to the back of the chair and pay attention to how you're holding the shoulders. If one shoulder is higher than the other one, so let's drop the shoulders down. Okay. And as you drop the shoulders down to the hips and keep them away from the ears, we're creating some space for the neck. And the rest will be the neck. So pay attention to how you're holding your head in relation to the shoulder. So if you're pulling your chin forward, so it's a lot of pressure on the neck. Let's see if you're able to pull the chin back to bring the ears over the shoulders and to create some expansion on the back of the neck. There was a lot of problems with working on a desk, on the computer, and neck problems. Tension arises from the back of the neck. Now I want you to place your hands, right hand on the back of the neck, and then gently pull your chin forward and noticing how does it feel on the back of the neck. And slowly pull your chin back and noticing how does it feel. So as you pull your chin forward, you feel some contraction. And the tension starts to build on the back of the neck. And once you pull the chin back, you feel some expansion and lengthening on the back of the neck. So that's the problem that we actually have with the working on the desk at the desk and the tension that we're creating on the back of the neck. So pay attention to that to pull your chin back, and this brings the ears over the shoulders, and we're distributing the weight of the head evenly down to the neck and shoulders. So that's the right position. So, and you can practice it when you're driving. So once you're driving, so let's rest your back of the head to the backrest and create that habit for your neck to be in the right place. And the shoulders as well. When you lean forward with your neck and chin away from the shoulders towards forward, so we're creating a lot of tension on the shoulders and the neck. So that will be the solution for that. So we're pulling the chin back and creating some expansion for the neck and shoulders. So now as you keep the eyes closed and you become aware of the physical body, let's bring your attention to the breath now. So with mouth closed, try to breathe deeply through the nose and slowly let it out. So continue to breathe deeply in through the nose and slowly let it out. Breathe in, expand your chest, breathe out, slowly let it out. And now place your right hand on your abdomen. So the right type of the breathing is when we breathe into the belly. So breathe in to the belly and allow the abdominal muscles to expand. And as you breathe out, slowly let go. You just let go of the breath. Breathe in has an effort to it, but as you breathe out, there is no effort into it. You just let go. So correct breathing is abdominal or belly breathing. So we breathe into the belly to create some space for the lungs. And as you breathe out, slowly let go. And you see your abdominal muscles relax. So continue in breath, expansion of the abdominal muscles, out breath, slowly relax. So the breath is the bridge between the mind and body. And every time you place your attention and awareness on the breath, feel that you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is calming, calming, soothing, relaxing. The rise and fall of the abdominal breath and the chest wall with each breath deactivates the sympathetic nervous system and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. So this will help with not only relaxing the body, but relaxing the mind and releasing some stress, anxiety, and tension. That's the best powerful way of relaxing, the natural calming and soothing and relaxing way of the body and mind, and we can do it, and it's always available to us, the breathing. So this is one way. And the next one is that you close your right nostril with your index finger, right index finger. And as you close the right nostril, breathe in through the left nostril and gently let it out. Deep breath in through the right nostril, left nostril. And again, noticing the rise and fall of the abdomen and the chest wall with each breath. And noticing how does it feel. Fully present to what's happening. Noticing the flow of the air through the left nostril, down to the throat, and finally to the lungs. And now switch. So close your left nostril and let's breathe in and out through the right. And noticing how does it feel on this side. Is the side open? Is your breath flowing freely? So the right nostril representing the sympathetic nervous system, the fight and flight, and the left, the parasympathetic nervous system, which is calming and resting, rest and digest. So this way, you can pay attention which side is more active. If the right side is active, is your body is more in the sympathetic nervous system, fight and flight, active, which is common during the day. And the left nostril is deactivated. So this way we can bring the balance between the right and left by alternating the breathing between the right and left nostril. Okay, so now release your hand. And as you keep the eyes closed, draw your attention into the nostrils and breathe in and slowly let it out. In through the nose and invite your breath to become fuller and deeper and slowly let it out. So now as you have your attention on the breath, take a moment to noticing how do you feel. So checking the physical body and noting of any discomfort, any pain and ache, any discomfort around the shoulders, neck, maybe some sensation and pain and ache around the lower back, hip joints, knee joints. Just become aware of the body and the sensation throughout the whole body. And now take a moment to noticing how's your emotion? How do you feel right now at this moment? And then checking your thoughts. Now you have an evaluation of the whole body, your mind, and your emotions. Now we're going to move our body piece by piece, part by part, taking care of the whole body. So as you sit with your back resting, slowly start to move your head very gently, checking your neck, the cervical spine, and every muscles around the neck. Explore the neck area. Gently drop your ears side to side. You can keep the eyes closed and move your attention inward. There are so many teeny tiny muscles around the neck. So we're taking care of everyone. And gently move your chin up and slowly down. Now, as you move your chin up, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath for a moment and slowly tuck the chin and breathe out. One more, chin up, breathe in, chin down, breathe out. And then move your chin back to bring it over the shoulders. So open your arms. So let's start to rotate your wrists very gently and paying attention to the shoulders and upper back. Good. And then move your whole arms, moving the arm inside the shoulder girdle, and pay attention to how does it feel. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, pull the shoulders down, down to the hips. Good. And then reverse the motion. Good. And now open your arms and gently turn your palms facing up. So let's get away from the back of the chair now. And as you bring the chest forward from the back, so pulling the shoulders down to the hips. And slowly turn your arms inward. So internal and external rotation of the arms. And noticing how does it feel when you do that? Do you feel some tension, tightness around the upper arms, maybe elbows? Breathe in, breathe out, and then relax. Let go. Breathe. Good. And now bring your arms down and shake your arms. Shake, shake faster. Shaking is good for the soft tissues, for the fascias. So when you shake your arms, you're just releasing some of the tightness and tension and discomfort around any joints. Okay. So now drop the shoulders down and slowly raise your shoulders up and drop. Raise your shoulders up and drop and down to the hips. Up and down. Good. Then keep the mobility of the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. So there are a lot of teeny tiny muscles connecting the shoulder blade to the back of the ribs. So we're just massaging them. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Now bring your palms to front. Breathe in as you expand your chest, pulling the shoulder blades together. And slowly, palms together. So inhale, exhale, breathe in, expand your chest, breathe out, relax. Bring more of the fresh air into the body. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, relax. So pay attention to how does it feel. Expansion of the chest. And as you bring your arms to front, so you're expanding the muscles on the back. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Good. And now bring your arms down. So, and then usually when we're sitting all day long with arms to front, so what is happening, these muscles get shorter and the muscles on the back comes longer. So now we want to move side to side and very gently if it feels right. So raise your arm as high as possible and gently come back into the center. So now we want to breathe into it. So breathe in, Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Keep your arm up if it's possible. Stack the joints slowly. Breathe out. Don't rush it. Now I want to turn your head to look at us and look at your tongue. Breathe out. Back to the center. Breathe in. Look at your tongue. Breathe out. Good. This is to open up the side of the body. So now bring your hands down to your knees and you can move to the front of the chair so you have enough space on the back with hands down to knees. So let's bring your chest and chin forward and slowly press your chest in, abdominal muscles in, and drop the head. So we round the back. So arching the back, pushing the spine in, lift your head. And on the next exhalation, as you press your hand down to the side, so you just stretch your back now. So now I want to breathe into it. So inhale, chest coming forward, hold the breath. As you press your chest, navel in, breathe out slowly. Continue on your own pace, breathing, breathe out. So this way, we move the spine and make our spine and all the soft and connective tissues that connecting the spine more flexible, releasing tension and tightness from the back. Okay, and not only you're stretching the back, so what is happening by pressing the stomach and chest in, we actually release the old air from the lungs that are actually trapped in the bottom of the lungs. So we release that to create more space for the fresh air. And tuning the abdominal muscles, massaging the inner organs by squeezing and pushing the abdominal muscles and the organs towards the back wall. So there is a lot of things actually happening with this gentle movement. Okay. And gently lift your chest up. Open your arms one more time. Lift your chest and move your chin up. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring your arms down to touch the opposite knees. Okay, so we cross. So we open up the shoulders now and the shoulder blades. Inhale. And on the next exhalation, cross your arms when you switch your cross now. And then press your chest and navel in. So pay attention to this movement now. Breathe in. Breathe out and noticing how does it feel? Inhale, chin up. Exhale, tuck the chin. That's one. Good. And now sit with your back more straight, hands down to the hip joints. So as you roll your shoulder heads back, so I want to bring your awareness back into the body. If you notice that we systematically work from the neck down to the lower back and move every joint. So let's draw your legs slightly out. So keep it wider than your hip joints. And as you lift your crown of the head and keep your back straight as much as possible with upper arms and shoulders gently moving towards the back Chin over the chest bone, ears over the shoulders. And take a deep breath in. You can close the eyes, noticing how does it feel now. And then return to the breath and take a few deep, gentle breaths. And then as you slowly open your eyes, you can gently rotate your whole upper body. So we're going down to the hip joints and the lower part of the spine. So pay attention to how does it feel when you move your upper body in a circle motion. Very simple motion, but at the same time, very effective. There's always some teeny tiny muscle that connect the upper body to the lower body. They get tight and it creates a lot of discomfort for the lower back and hip joints. So this way, you can move them around. And now you can reverse the motion and anytime you want it. And you're slowly coming back into the center. So let's bring your chest forward as you have your feet flat on the floor. Slowly and gently lower your body. So bring the upper body closer to the floor. And now press your feet firmly down to the floor to lift your chest up. So starting to use your legs now. We're going down to the hips and legs. So inhale, raise your chest, hold the breath, and as you slowly bend over and feeling your legs and the lower body, slowly breathe out and press the feet down to lift your chest up on the next inhalation. Okay, so let's do two more on your own. Good. And now we're starting to bring some attention to the hips. So we're coming into standing. So let's lift your hips off the chair. I want to move the chair out to the side. You're coming up into the standing position. So going down to the lower legs and then slowly start to rotate your pelvis now. And then reverse the motion. And come back into the center. Bend your knees and slowly and gently lower your chest. So pay attention to the lower back now. Breathe into the lower back and gently lift your chest up. Good. So as you come up, so let's gently lift your chest and chin up. Look up. So arch your back. Let's open up the whole range of your body. And on the next exhalation, knees slightly bend and gradually bring your stomach closer to your thighs. So pressing the heels down, lift your chest up. Last one, breathing. And you just slowly bend over, stretch your back, the pelvis, and your hamstring. And press your feet actively down to the floor to come up nice and easy. Good. So let's keep your knees slightly bent and then relax your arms. Shake your arms. Slowly swing your arms and gently turn your head and shake. Arms swing, twist your back. Good. And coming back into the center. So let's stay on the right side, right leg, and gently lift your left leg and knee up and down. See how far you can bring your knee up without feeling discomfort into the hip crease. Okay. And then place your foot down, switch. This will also help to stretch your low back and the buttock muscles. If you pay attention when you lift your knee up, first we're stretching and open up the front of the other leg and open up the back of the leg by lifting the knee up and down. Good. And then place it down. So now bend your knees and gently stretch your calves. On the next exhalation, as you come up, lift the heels up. And gently place your heels down, lower your chest and hips. And on the next exhalation, lift the heels up to engage more of the buttock muscles, the hamstrings, and the glute. Okay, so this simple action movement also helps greatly to strengthen the legs, the calves, the hamstrings, and the pelvis. So very easy, very simple, and it has a great benefit for the hip joints and the knee joints. One more. Good. And also good for the balance. So now coming into the standing, so you can shake your legs and kick out. Good. So let's have your right foot down, and as you lift your left, let's now rotate your leg inside the hip socket very gently, and pay attention to how does it feel in this area. Besides balance and strengthening on the side that you're standing on, so we're lubricating the hip joint. Good. And place your foot down. Press the foot actively down to floor. Plant your foot before releasing the right. Good. And then coming back into the center. And again, you can kick your leg out. Breathe. Good. And then spread your legs wide with feet parallel. And then place your hands down to your thighs. And then gently start to push your hips back. Let's see if you can keep the back of the knees open. So you're pushing your knees slightly back. And now breathe into the whole back of the legs. Breathe deeply through the nose and slowly let it out and let go of all the tension and tightness in the back of the legs. Pushing your feet actively down. If you can slowly bend over and slide your hands down to the ankles and let your head fall, feel free to do that. You can slowly turn your head inch and side to side, shake your head yes or no, allowing the weight of the head stretching the neck and the rest of the spinal muscles. And once you are ready to come up, you can gently walk your hands up, lift the chin first, and just slowly and gradually bring yourself up. So as you come up, push your thighs and hips forward. Bring your arms up. Inhale, deep breath. Let's open up the whole body. Exhale, let it out. Relax. Breathe in. Deep breath. Lift it up. Exhale, down. Again, one more. Breathe in. Down your whole body in all directions. Exhale, down. Good. Now let's shuffle in, heel to toes. And as you bring your feet into hip width apart, let's stay in the squat. So let's sink into the hips and knees. Good. And now gently raise your arms, lift your head, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down. This is also very powerful. Call it chair posture. Breathe in. Engages the whole body. Strengthen the lower body, the hips and legs. Breathe in and out. Last one. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, slowly and gently bend over to bring your hands down to the shins, or you can let your arms hang. Doesn't matter. So just stretch your back. You can slowly turn your head inch and side to side if it feels right for your neck. Pause and breathe. Also, all the forward bend posture relaxes your mind. And once you're ready to come up, slowly stack your spine one vertebrae at a time and gently bring your arms up. Inhale, exhale, down. So now we're going to stretch the whole back of the body, which usually we're doing on the floor. But so now you have the chair available to you, or you can place your hands on the desk. This is also very beneficial and will help with the lower back and the shoulders. So we open up the chest and the shoulder and the back. You keep your hands down on the chair or your desk, and then slowly let the upper body hang between your arms and legs. So this position will open up the shoulders and stay there. Breathe deeply. And as you breathe out, slowly lower your chest. So there is also variation for this posture. You can slowly bend your knees and lower your hips to open up the lower back and then gently lift it up to open up the back of the legs. So you can exchange between sinking into the knees and hip joint and slowly push it back. And follow your breath. In breath, out breath. One more in breath, out breath. Good. And then slowly lift your chest up and shake your arms. Bend your knees and do arm swing to twist your back. Good. Now coming back into the center. So bring your arms up and interlace your fingers. Turn your palms facing up. And push your knees back. And the last one will be moving gently side to side. Coming back into the center. Open up your spine from the side and the whole side of the body. Good. You can do one more time. And switch. Good. So bring your arms down, shake your arms. And now let's come back and sit on the chair. So as you see, with very simple movements, so we did a lot for our body. So just you rest your back to the back of the chair. Let's close the eyes now. And once again, bring your attention to the hips. And noticing how does it feel? Checking your pelvis and the whole pelvic muscles. And if you're leaning towards one side, let's see if you're able to balance the right and left hips by placing the weight of the upper body evenly down between the right and left side. And with your mind's eye, seeing your spine and noticing your backbone. And then gently bring your attention up to the shoulders and shaking your upper back and shoulders. Noticing if your shoulders are relaxed and down to the hips. If you are noticing any tensions, simply breathe into it and relax, release. And then check your neck. Noticing if the back of the neck is open by bringing the chin in and place it over the sternum, the chest bone. As you keep the eyes closed, pay attention to the breath, noticing how your body breathes now without trying to control or change your breath. Just pay attention to the sensation of the breath. Now you can slowly open your eyes and then gently turn your head to the side. Look over the shoulder. Look back. And then coming back into the center and turn your head to the other side. Look over the shoulder. And then come back into the center. Good. So now Let's place your arms by your side. And if it's possible that your arms hang, and you can grab the leg of the chair and slowly and gently bring your stomach and chest down to your thighs, piece by piece, part by part, and then let your head hang. So the crown of the head pointing down. And then gently turn your head and chin side to side. And then slowly move your chin away from the chest, press your feet down, and slowly lift your chest up and keep your back straight. So let's bring the chest forward, get away from the back of the chair. So your back is straight and the shoulders over the hip joints. Very good. So hold it there. Breathe deeply and slowly out. So balancing the front and back of the body with holding our back straight with shoulders over the hips. I know it's hard to work in this position, but from time to time, if you just bring your awareness to this position, to balancing the front and back of the body, you're creating a lot of space in the front and you're engaging the muscles on the back. This will take care of the low back a lot. Shoulder problems, neck problems, just from time to time, as you become aware of that. So just lift the crown of the head, arms down by your side, lift the chest, and then slowly bring your chest down to engage the muscles on the back. So pay attention to that. So we're engaging the muscles, it means we're contracting and stretching at the same time, releasing some tightness and stiffness from the back, and then slowly letting go of the head and neck. And as you're in this position, pulling the shoulders down to the hips and move them away from the neck and ears. And you can slowly move your head in any ways and direction that feels good. Releasing some tightness, some tension from the neck. And then slowly, once you're ready, coming up and sitting straight with back straight. So this is simple and you can do it from time to time. Just remind yourself of taking care of your back. And the next one that you can do it also is to take care of the hip muscles. So, and there are a lot of people are having problem with sciatica. So just lifting your right and place it on the left. And usually we do that. So, or you can cross either way. So if you have that mobility into your knee joint, so gently lowering the knee and slowly lower your chest. And remember, you're coming down with the stomach first, then chest. And then look down to bring the chin over the chest bone to keep the neck in extension of the spine. So now pay attention to how does it feel into your right hip and the right side of your back. So this way, we actually create some space for the sciatica and stretching the piriformis muscles. So releasing tightness and tension from the low back. This is also good for the hip joint. And gently as you lift your chest up, so draw the knee up towards the left shoulder and wrap around your knee with your left arm. Okay? So lift the upper body, lengthen the spine, and gently turn. So here in this position, we twist our back and we open up the side of the right hip. And stretching the side of the right leg, the IT band, and everything on the upper leg, and slowly coming back into the center. So bring the leg down and switch the leg. So place your left ankle on the right thigh and gently as you push your knee slightly down as far as you feel comfortable. You don't want to put too much pressure on the knee joint or hip joint. Slowly lower your stomach and chest. Place your neck, chin over the chest bone, neck and extension of the spine. And now return to your breath. Breathe deeply. And as you breathe out, release the tightness and tension from the left side of the head. And gently lift your chest. So draw your knee up towards the chest and wrap around the knee, or you can grab your knee with your right hand and press it up towards the left side and turn your head. So we're twisting the abdominal muscles. Breathe deeply, strengthen the diaphragm. And to open up the left side of the lower back and hip. And gently come back into the center. Bring your foot down on the floor. Raise your arms, deep breath in. And on the next exhalation, slowly bend over. Bring your stomach down to your thighs and let your head fall. Let's breathe deeply. Let your head hang. And gently, once you are ready and feel comfortable on the back, one vertebrae at a time, stack the spine, roll your shoulder heads up, back, and down. So now roll the shoulder, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, and then drop the shoulders down, pull the shoulders down to the hips. Move the chin back to bring it over the chest bone. Doing great. So let's bring your right arm on the left side, left elbow, and then gently draw your shoulder and arm to the left. So chin closer to the shoulder if it's possible. Breathe. Coming back into the center, let's open up the left shoulder. You see, it's similar to the lower body, the hip and the lower back. So the shoulder and hips, the arms and legs, they are very much similar in the structure. Okay. And then coming back into the center and cross. So let's rest your back to the back of the chair. And as you press your back to the back of the chair, bring the chest forward, chin over the chest bone with the neck and extension of the spine. So pressing your back to the back of the chair, And pushing the chest forward, keep the spine in between the shoulder blades. So the spine is into the body, supported and protected by shoulder blades. Okay, so close the eyes and now bring your attention back into the body again. And as you take a few deep, gentle breaths through the nose into the belly. So as you breathe in, the abdominal muscles expand. And as you breathe out, slowly pull the back of the navel in. And now take a moment to noticing how does it feel? Try to keep your body balanced as much as you can with the right and left side of the head. Balance right and left side of the shoulder. Balance. Now we're going to relax the body. With eyes closed, I want you to pay attention to the breath. With a few deep, gentle breaths, bring your awareness back into the breath and body and your emotions and your thoughts and noticing how does it feel? How do you feel right now? How do you feel about your practice? And now let's bring your attention to the top of the head and notice of any sensation on the top of the head, the back of the head, and the temples. And then bring your attention to the forehead, eyebrows, and the space between the eyebrows. So let's relax your forehead. Eyes muscles, relax. Relax your cheekbones, upper jaw, lower jaw. Relax your tongue and the root of the tongue. Relax your whole head and face. And allow the sense of relaxation stretches down to the neck, the back of the neck. Relax the sides and the front of the neck. Relax. Relax the whole neck and throat. And now bring awareness to the shoulders. Relax your shoulders. And allow this relaxation goes down to the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Relax your whole arms. Now become aware of the chest, the region of the heart. Relax your chest. Relax your heart. And now relax the upper back, shoulders. Relax. Mid back and the muscles of the low back. Relax. And now bring your attention to the stomach area. And noticing the rise and fall of the abdominal muscles with each breath. Relax the abdominal muscles. Soften your belly. And move your attention down to the pelvis and the pelvic floor. Noticing how does it feel. Relax the right hip, right side of the low back. And now relax the left hip and the left side of the low back. Relax the whole pelvic region. And allow the sense of relaxation stretches down to the legs, upper leg, relax. Now down to the knees, the knee joints, and the back of the knee. Relax. And now going down to the lower legs, calves and shins. Relax. ankles, top of the feet, toes, the sole of the feet. Relax. Now take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax the entire body from the top of the head to the tip of the toe. The whole body relax and at ease. Let's bring our attention to the breath. Stay with the breath and noticing the sensation of the breath inside the chest and abdominal cavity. Stay with the breath to relax deeper and deeper. Refreshing your mind and invigorating the whole body. Now you can slowly open your eyes and gently let your head fall back off the chin, away from the chest. Look up, look at the ceiling, and then gently tuck the chin to open up the back of the neck. And then lift your head to bring the chin over the chest bone. Slowly turn your head and chin side to side. And coming back into the center. So shake your arms. Good. And then bring your arms up and then shake. So as you shake your arms, so get away from the back of the chair. So let's shake your whole chest, rib cage, and the whole body and breathe. Good. And then bring your arms down. So, and then shake your arms again. Now, moving your arms back, let's bring the chest forward. Right. And exhale, bring your hands down to your thighs with your back straight. And one more time. So we try to keep the front and back of the upper body in line with the crown of the head pointing up and the base of the spine pointing down. Breathe deeply into the belly. Allow the abdominal muscles to expand and slowly let it out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more into the belly and out. Good. Now we do alternate nostril breathing. The end. So let's close your right nostril and breathe in through the left. Deep breath in and slowly out. And noticing how is your left nostril now? Is this if it's more open or not? Just pay attention to the sensation of the breath and the flow of the breath inside the left nostril, which I said is representing the parasympathetic nervous system, the calming, relaxing, and soothing. And switch so you can breathe through that right now. And usually throughout the day, the right is more active, more open. And at night, the left is more active and open. Well, we're trying to bring some balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, and this is one way of breathing through the nostrils. The other way is you place the index finger and long finger between the eyebrows, with the ring finger close the left, and with the thumb the right. So breathe in through the right and breathe out through the left. In through the right, out through the left. In through the right and out through the left. And then you can switch in through the left, out through the right. In through the left, out through the right. One more. In through the left and out through the right. This is an alternate nostril breathing or digital breathing. And the breath is available to you at any time. So if anytime you need to calm the nervous system, relax, and just bring some clarity into your mind, you can use any of these techniques or belly breathing. Remember to breathe deeply into your abdomen and slowly out. And all the breathing goes through the nose. So, not the mouth breathing. So, remember to breathe out through the nose and with power. So, this will help the breath stays into the lungs longer than breathe it out through the mouth all at once. So with this said, so I will conclude our session for today, and I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much again for allowing me to be part of your chair yoga or office yoga today, or health and wellness. And I wish you all the best. And I hope that you continue with some of those practices at any time. It's available to you. And if you need my information, it's available on my website. And I will be more than happy to help you at any uh, concern and question that you have. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask any questions. And so if I am able to answer your question, I will be more than happy as much as I know. So I don't know, Paul, if you want to help me with that to right any questions that
We
our
don't have any
audience might have over
questions
there.
yet, just a
That's
bunch of
great.
thank yous. Just a bunch of
Thank you
thank
so
yous,
much.
no questions yet. Is your, what is your website?
My website is yogawithmona.com.
Excellent, excellent,
Yogawithmona.com.
excellent. All
Okay,
right.
so and I have online classes and in-person classes, and if you're interested, you can join in any online classes or private sessions or anything, chair yoga, down on the floor, either any kind of yoga. So let me know so if I can be of any help to you.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Mona, for your
Thank you
presentation.
so
We're
much.
very,
Thank you.
very lucky to have you. I just want to remind everybody, next week is Wellness and Wellbeing and Law Week. Oh, wait, we have a question that says, do you have a list of the exercises you completed today?
No, I don't. But
But
I can
this,
make a list. But it has been recorded, right?
yes, this has been recorded and it'll be on our website. I believe it's on our YouTube website. So you'll be able to redo the session today. So I wanted to remind everybody that next week is Wellbeing and Law Week. We have a lot of programs planned to make you healthy. And I wanted to remind everybody that our walking challenge is coming up in June, and we hope everybody participates. Thank you very much, Mona. And
Thank you. My
and
pleasure.
thank you.